It says it's trading below 1 Satoshi. I don't think that's true. I mean, I just looked on buydesk.com and it was trading at 2 Satoshis. And there's about 111 million HEX for sale at 2 Satoshis. And there's about 460 million bid at 1 Satoshi. So it's like a 5-to-1 or a 4-to-1 ratio of bid to ask there at the 1 to 2 Satoshi level. And it's funny what you see happening on Buydesk, which is also, you know, maybe only $10,000 or $20,000 a day of volume. People will bid 1 Satoshi, hope they get hit, and sometimes they do, and then, you know, sell 50% higher. Well, if you buy at 1 Satoshi and you sell at 2 Satoshi, that's 100%. That's a lot. And if you sell at 3 Satoshi, that's 300%. So there's actually like a world of difference, between 1 Satoshi and 2 Satoshi, which is probably why there's 4x as many bids as there are asked, but it's still a low volume, low liquidity market. You know, on the USD pair, you could, last time I looked a couple hours ago, you could set the price up from, you know, some long decimal number ending in 12 to some long decimal number ending in 36 for like $500. So you could, you know, triple the price for $500 if you wanted to. But I mean, why would you want to? Why would you not just let people fill you with lower amounts? Like I have a theory, and you could say this is unrelated to HEX, because I'm very weary of talking about HEX price, because I don't want anyone to think that I know what's going to happen, or that I know it's going to go up, or I know it's going to go down. I have absolutely no idea. So I'll speak to markets in general. Markets in general, if you want something to go up a higher price, what helps that happen is everyone buying and buying more and no one selling, or if they do sell, selling less. That's really how prices go up in free markets. So if you want to get rid of those guys that would have sold at lower numbers than your target, you shake them out and you make sure that they don't have bags to unload on the way up. And if no one else sells, then whoever wants to buy just has to pay whatever the price is. And so if you can shake out all the weak hands, then you don't have them like riding up with you and then selling into the price on the way. And it just makes it easier to get wherever you want to go. So this idea of shaking out weak hands, I think, makes sense in that if there's two types, I'm making a hypothetical world here. If there's two types of users, one that will sell at lower prices and one that will only sell at higher prices, if you can get rid of all the lower price sellers and have them sell the very bottom or whatever, then you don't have to worry about them or deal with them anymore. And if you can get that supply into the hands of people that just won't sell, then, you should, in theory, have higher price appreciation. Now, what would cancel that out is if there's a price elasticity on the buyers and they actually become allergic to buying at higher prices, well, then that would cancel out some of that, right? So we're speaking in very hypothetical, very general things here. Once again, I have no idea what the HEX price will do today or at any time. I have no idea. And I don't think anyone else knows either. So King Richard Smart, thank you. Now it could, so it can't trade below a Satoshi in most exchanges that I'm aware of. So for instance, in Buydesk, it just literally physically cannot trade below a Satoshi. You can't enter orders below 1 Satoshi on the BTC pair. Now, in theory, you could find some exchange that had a BTC pair that counted out more decibels, which I don't know of any, but there may be one. And you could also trade on the Ethereum pair. And because Ethereum is only $150 per unit, whereas Bitcoin's about $7,200 a unit, then you've got an extra 60x smaller that you could trade using the same number of decimals when you trade against ETH. So in theory, you could trade lower than 1 sat on the ETH pair.